making sure I get everything set up and I can see the chat on my iPad. I have people that said that they would join me. I hate how when the live chat pops up on my iPad, it has like top chat versus like live chat. Dude, I don't want to see like just some of the messages. I want to see all of the messages. I don't want to hide people. That's funny, bye. I'm watching this on my iPad, which is on my second account that only has like 200 subscribers. And I have an ad because I don't have YouTube Red on there. I have YouTube Red on my main account. I don't have it set up as like a family account, so I don't get ad breaks for that one. But anyways, I'm waiting on FedEx to get here. They were just at the Griffin Ranch, which is the neighbor I've been working for off and on. He calls me yesterday. He's like, you're really hard to get a hold of. I'm like, you call, I call you back. I leave a voicemail. I don't hear back. I text you. I don't hear back. How do you mean I'm hard to get a hold of? He called me yesterday. I was feeling like crap yesterday, man. I've been dealing with allergies, as many of you guys know. I have allergies really bad. Actually, I think I'm going to take my boots off because my toes are starting to hurt. And so yesterday I woke up and it's like the middle of a head cold, when all of this is all like tight and your nose doesn't know whether or not it wants to run on one side and be stopped up on the other. That's where I was yesterday. My eyes were like, I was barely able to open my eyes for like the first 2 hours I was up. My voice was affected by it, so I knew it was allergy related, and I woke up today with a sinus headache, so that's definitely allergies. Check the video resolution. Hey, Deb. Well, I sent you a message on Instagram just to be safe. I've only been live 2 minutes. I'm kind of hoping my friend Michelle will pop in because I did something for her and then I got to thinking about it. I was like, oh, she's going to wonder about that. So I sent her a screenshot of what I did so there was a heads up. And she's like, oh, you didn't have to do that. I was like, I had 2 big orders on my website, like the first time ever I've had a $100 order on my website from not one but 2 indie makeup brands. And I was like, okay, I've got a little bit of money. I use her service. I put $25 on her account. So I feel that's just, fair. She let me use her Stars account so I could watch Outlander. And then now I've got access to her Hulu account. And we have, I've had Netflix since we've had Netflix live streaming since 2012. And I've had Netflix DVDs since the mid 2000s. And we still get 2 DVDs at a time, but we also have live streaming. But there were certain shows that I wanted to watch that were not on Netflix. And she's like, well, I have a Hulu account. And then my friend Jason, who I swear to God, if he didn't live in New York, we'd date. But he gave me access to his Disney Plus account. Oh, it's James. I'll be right back. It's the FedEx guy. Go say hi. I'm still here. The front door's just right there. I'll be right back. You saying hi? Okay. I'm back, but I hate to run off like, oh, I'm sitting on my pillow, right? That don't feel right. Good thing I didn't take my shoes off. He's still looking for a package, so I just left the front door open. Last time he was here, it was to bring me an eyeshadow palette for my birthday back in September, and it was like something I bought myself. And he's like, well, here, let me give you a hug before I leave, because I'm not gonna be back probably before your birthday. So I hear movement. He'll just bring it right in. I love our FedEx guy. He is like amazing. When we have FedEx Air is different than FedEx Ground. Our FedEx Ground guy is like 120 years old. He's very rude, and he doesn't like animals, but he does his job. He comes up, he damn near throws packages at you, and then he gets back in and goes. This guy is ex-military. Him and Dad can stand in the yard and like talk for like hours. Super smart, very, very polite the whole time he's, anytime he's ever been here, he's always been very nice and polite, which is nice to see in somebody that delivers packages for a living, because sometimes those people can really do a number on what you get in the mail. He's still looking up. I got the front door wide open. He'll know to come in. Like you don't know he's here. No, ma'am. No. Be quiet.
Here you go.
So this was buried underneath all the other... Oh, that's for my dad, too. What the hell did he order?
No, it's not. It's in the front seat.
Oh, Jesus.
Just where I put it. And I just forgot it was there.
Ah.
All right, see you later.
Bye. Have a good day. Thank you. Why are you barking at James? Don't bark at James. James is our friend. Okay. Like the dog bark, it doesn't help my head any. I am still dressed for the motorcycle ride, and there's like a 30-second delay on the stream from when I walked back and sat down at my desk versus when I just did it on the live stream. So he said that the package that he was looking for was in the front seat, and it's something Dad ordered. So I'm gonna get into, I have an order that I placed, which is for the jewelry side of my business. I have a bag of stuff behind me that you can see that came from Joann's, but I want to get out of my boots because my feet are starting to burn. I am really a Florida girl at heart because I like to be barefoot, and these are military style boots, so I even have fuzzy socks on with candy canes on them. Oh, that feels better. But when I ride my motorcycle, I want to be as protected as possible, because you never know what's going to kick up on you on the road, whether it's, asphalt debris, or somebody throws something out the window at you, or you get behind a trash truck and shit falls out the back. I've had all kinds of strange things happen. I mean, I've had people throw empty bottles out their window while they're driving down the road with me behind them. Thankfully, I have a windshield on the motorcycle that kind of takes the brunt of that. Give me my foot! Okay. My feet can breathe again. Woo. All right. So what do we want first? The box I just got, the Joann's thing, or the jewelry stuff? What do you guys want to go over first? I'm going to go ahead and open the box. I can do that because it's got my name on it. We use my Walmart account to order everything for the house, and then like when I do the Walmart grocery pickup orders, I use my account to do that. It was just easier. that box is ready. It says there's 3 people here. 3. I feel like I'm spazzing out a little bit. Oh, a sequin just fell off my shirt. It just got stuck under my fingernail. Hello, is this thing on? I'm sure it is. I mean, it tells me it's live. Oh, and Deb, the bell doesn't always work. I tried telling YouTube that we hate that, and they're like, no, the bell really helps people. I'm like, no, it don't. We've been telling y'all since you enacted that stupid bell with some notifications or all notifications that it doesn't work. Oh, hey, when you get done there, you want to come to my house? It's like 75 in Florida today. So it's nice and warm-ish. I mean, I'm still cold, but I'm a Floridian. I'm still trying to figure out this shirt. I've had it for years, and it has these, like, really weird sleeves. They're like a bell sleeve, but there's a split on the inside of the arm. Anyways, I'm going to take some leave because my head's going twangy on me. Kind of like bad country music. No thanks. Oh, come on. I only have a sink and part of a counter full. I'll even unload the dishwasher for you. Now, I need to unload the dishwasher and just reload it and run it. And then there'll still be a sink full left, but you know. Alright, I guess we'll get into the box first since you're busy with your hands and I want to be able to show the items sitting on my desk a little better. I like these. I reuse, when people buy from me either on Depop or on my website, I reuse packaging a lot. So I like it when I get an entire box of air. Ah, one of them's flat. That was defective. Oh wait, there's some air in it. It's okay, it just didn't get poofed up enough. But again, I like free air. I know I'm strange. It's the small things in life you have to appreciate, I swear. I reuse boxes, I reuse bubble wrap packages, I reuse, like, when there's one makeup brand that I buy from that sends me like this kind of paper that it comes wrapped around the eyeshadow palettes, and then there's like, it's like cardboard paper almost. It's like corrugated and has like a mesh or a weave to it that they do this on the outside and then they wrap it in the mesh thing on the inside. I wrap packages with it, make it look like a gift. It's like, why throw that out when it's perfectly good paper? Okay, so this is, it should only be, it was only supposed to be 10 inch. It's a 10 foot. The web listing said 10 inch. Well, I guess we'll have plenty of cable now. This is an HDMI cable. It's the high definition media cable for like monitors and stuff like that. But because my dad's machine only has one HDMI output, like my computer has 2. But I also have a top of the line video card in my machine. This is an HDMI 4-way splitter so that we can plug his monitor into it and then plug this into it. And then what we got, this is what I have in my room, and it's from Sony. It's their Blu-ray DVD. It also has like streaming capabilities for Netflix and YouTube and things like that, Amazon Prime. You can use all of those with it. But this is the DVD player that I have in my room that when my old TV died and a friend of mine bought me the TV that I have in my room, it's a Roku. And I never activated the Roku service because it only lasts for like a year. And then at the time when I got the TV about a year and a half, 2 years ago, I didn't have enough income coming in and I wasn't earning like I was earning like $3 a month on YouTube. So I didn't expect a YouTube payout for like ever. So I didn't want to sign up for the free Roku year service knowing that I couldn't afford it after that year ran out. So I still have that. And then there's something like Splunk or Splunk or Squish or something. There's another like movie app on my TV that I have a year of as well that I can activate that I never activated. So I don't know if I still can. Okay, Deb, are you where you can like put your eyeballs on the screen for a minute? Because this is so gorgeous, I don't want you to miss it. Or, well, I think it's gorgeous. I mean, you might think it's ugly. Which is perfectly okay if you think it's ugly, because it's up to you. This is an order for a custom piece. Slip that on my finger side. Gonna lose it. Okay. First, I'm gonna show you a brass ring. It's a size 11. And I got this for a reason. We were going to make a custom, like, flat piece with a curved edge to go over what this is. But the price of brass casting grain was 4 times the price of buying this. So I opted for this. This is the chain. Hopefully it'll show up on the camera without... Come on, camera. Let me... Focus. It doesn't want to focus on the chain. What? Grumble, complain. Alright, I'm going to wrap this around my fingers so hopefully I can get the camera to pick it up. This is what is called a rounded box chain. Box chains are the strongest chains on the market, so if you have a tendency to snap your necklaces, get a box chain. This is rounded, so what this is it's been run through a machine in order to round out the square edges of it so that it's smooth. It also allows, in the process of that, it causes the links to shrink down even more. So you already had a strong chain, but by taking the chain and running it through a machine and we have a hand machine to do that here. It's just a pain in the butt, and you have to have it set. You have to change the setting for it for every necklace. All right, I think I have enough on my fingers. It's like a rosy copper color. But I'm trying to show off the like chain aspect. Why won't you focus on, hey, focus on the ooh shiny stuff, not me. What is wrong with my, no. Oh, finally! Anyway, so this is the rounded box length. It's 1.7 millimeters. This is a brass chain. This is going to be for Felicia from Nomad. Actually, with it being this close together, it almost looks like a Byzantine chain. Which is a pretty sturdy chain too. But Byzantine chains have a bad habit of kinking up and... So, anyways, what she wanted... Let me see if I can pull up the picture and then I'll share my screen so you can see it. She found this picture. She doesn't wear a whole lot of jewelry. So... the idea that she had was something that she could wear like over sweaters, over shirts, over jackets, that kind of thing. Where did I stick it? Gotta find which folder on my computer I put that. Because I saved off the picture on my computer for a reference. I mean, she sent it to me on Instagram. There it is. Alright, now let me make myself smaller. And then turn my display on. Here's the necklace. Now, this is a tiny, tiny, tiny box chain. Like 0.5, 0.8 millimeter, and there's like 7 or 8 strands of it here. So what the idea is to take this, I made a knot, and make it so that it drapes over her shoulder, but what the ring is for is to allow for the chain to sit on it flat at the base of her neck, which is what's called the nape. And I'm going to make it so that it curves around the chain and kind of hugs the chain, and the chain will be attached to the brass plate that we make for the back. So basically the idea is to have the chain multiple layers long, and I think I did 5. I'll have to see if Dropbox has that saved on my computer yet. But just an idea, this is two layers. Let me zoom back out on the picture. Let me go back to my pictures. I think I know I did video of the chain on. We'll just have to find it. Because I sent her the picture, the video via Dropbox, because Instagram. All right, here, we'll just watch my video. This is what I sent her. You can see my makeup better there. And that's my jewelry room that I'm in. I think 4 looks good, but I also like the looks of 5. And she's like, well, whatever you make, I'm going to like. And that's a good 1/2 inch wide. But isn't that beautiful? I can't get over how pretty that chain is. So that's the video clip that I sent her on Instagram, so that she could see what the chain looks like. I measured it out. I had my sewing measuring tape out so that I could show her what it would look like on. And like I said, I think 5 layers thick. Should be 1/2 inch. Okay, it's almost 1/2 inch. Almost 1/2 inch wide. So what I plan to do is, when I'm going to have my dad cut this ring so that we can use it, I might even have him like cut it completely in half and then put the 2 sides together so that this will lay flat. I'm gonna have to run it through my cranking machine out there so I can get it flattened out. But hopefully I can record the process of making the necklace, which is what I asked her if it was okay if I did that. She's like, yeah, sure. I mean, my YouTube channel, this channel was initially started for me to show the jewelry process and how to do things and how a metalsmith does things versus me, which is a beater. But this chain is just freaking gorgeous. I love box chains anyways. They're my favorite chain. I also like Mariner chains, which they call those anchor chains. But anchor chains, the design, the way that they're made, it takes a specialized machine to make Mariner chains, and they're very expensive. I have a couple of them. So that's... Look at this. The bag that the chain came in and the bag that the ring came in. I think my supplier needs some, like, smaller bags. That's funny. Oh, well. Okay, so that was the Ooh Shiny stuff. Like I said, my dad should make it this weekend. I'm going to get the chain measured out and get everything cut and ready for him. So all he has to do is all the heat work. Unless he complains and then he wants to do it all. I mean, depends on what his mood is when he gets home today. But the chain is here. I should have this finished by the weekend, and then it'll ship out to her Monday. But I can't wait because this stuff is gorgeous. And I think what I'll do is when I get it finished, I'll put on like a black or a dark green like shirt or cable knit sweater to take pictures. Hello? Oh, it's Joanne's texting me, thanking me for my pickup order. Oh, I was mad at Joanne's. I got to Joanne's this afternoon, and I open my text message, and it tells me that my order is ready. If you'd like curbside pickup, please tap the link. So I tapped the link. Yeah, I had a ring that I bought from Zales like years ago, and it had insurance on it, and somebody stole it a few years back, and then Zales said, "We're sorry, but your insurance on your ring is expired." I was like, "What? No, my insurance on my ring is still paid." And they're like, no, we have it in the system has expired. And I've had the paperwork for it. I'm like, here's the paperwork for it. Here's the last date of renewal with your guys' signature on it for the date and then the person who did it. And the receipt to show I paid for the insurance for the next X amount of time. So they wouldn't cover the ring that I lost. I have very, very super tiny fingers. My ring finger is a size 4. So I got real long, tiny fingers. Okay, so when you click, oh crap. I just had a text from FedEx telling me that my order, the order that's sitting down here on the floor, it was here. So when I click the link in the Joanne's text message, it takes me to this website. I'm like, that's not the Joanne's page. And it wanted me to download the app in order to use the curbside pickup. So I go over here to my Joanne's app and I open this. And I'm like, okay, well, I can just check in on this like you do on your Walmart app. And I'll be hanged if I can find anywhere on here in any of the different like things on here that there is a click here to mark that you're here for your pickup order. I looked and looked and looked. So I walked up to the lady in the front with the big desk behind her with all the orders behind her, and I said, curbside pickup? She goes, you're going to have to go wait in line. And she didn't have a mask on. And I wear my big biker mask that I've had for years because I ain't catching this stuff. I carry hand sanitizer in my pocket. I got a spray bottle with alcohol with 91% alcohol on my bike. I've got Clorox bleach wipes in my tank bag. I'm not taking any chances. So I look at the line and there's like 24 people in the line. It's like, and they're all like 2 feet apart from each other. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go stand over here and let the line dwindle down because I'm not standing in all that mess with all those people going, I ain't doing it. I'm not. Right? Yeah, I haven't been to Target in a while. We usually just do curbside at Walmart because our Target doesn't have curbside. Plus our Target is like, for the things that we buy at Walmart, it's like $3 more expensive for just about everything that we buy at Walmart. And they're right next to each other. So, I'm on my phone trying to get to the curbside pickup check-in thing on the app, and I said, well, so much for curbside pickup. And this employee was walking by me. She looked at me and did this, and she goes, are you here to pick up an order? I said, yes, I am, but I can't get the curbside feature on here because it keeps wanting me to download some app. She's like, what's your name? I said, Oberstadt. She's like, Oversnout. I said, no, Oberstadt. And she's like, okay. She goes and she gets this huge bag, which is right behind me. I'll pull it out in a second. And she's like, can I see your ID? So I zip open my jacket. I zip open my pocket. I pull my wallet out and I show her my ID. She's like, okay, you're good to go. And she hands it to me. I was like, I get out in the parking lot and I chuckle. I'm like, well, I guess I didn't want to mess with the big biker chick. I'm very, I guess, intimidating looking with all my gear on. Let me put my air back in the Walmart box. I must have been turning around. So with my gear on, let me go get my jacket. I have this big white jacket that has these angel wings on the back, and I think it's from the brand Speed and Strength. I love this jacket, but I realized today when I got on the bike that I have to repair it because when I had my motorcycle accident a few years ago, I didn't realize that this was tearing. So now I've got something else to sell. And thankfully I have some reflective strip piping that I was going to put on my jacket anyways, because you would think with a white jacket on that people would see you on a motorcycle. That's a no. So when I'm in the store, and it's got armor in it, so I'm extra bulky. So this is basically what I look like when I'm out in public. When I get off the bike, I unzip my jacket. So it makes me look quite imposing. And I'm tall, so that doesn't help. I mean, I have 100 feet of these things. So, and the lady that walked by me was like this big. So again, I don't think she wanted to mess with big biker chick. I mean, it's not like I'm one of those, you know, RBF kind of people, but at least I try not to have a resting bitch face when I go places. Uh-oh, watch out for the German biker. Here she comes. Oh boy, she's big. I mean, I'm not big. I'm a size 8, but I'm tall. I'm like 5'9.5". Okay, so we have a bag that's literally bursting at the seams. So I got 5 yards of white muslin. Things on my desk. It smells like cinnamon. Oh, I forgot I had lipstick on. Oh well. It's muslin, it doesn't matter. So 5 yards of white muslin. The one thing, this was like $1.99, but it was on sale for 99 cents. But because I did curbside pickup, I got 20% off. So I got this little guy for 79 cents. I think it's like the cutest thing ever. I plan on painting it. I think it's balsa wood. Feels like it might be balsa wood. But I like the little snowflakes on it. I think I might paint the inside of the snowflakes blue and then paint the outside white. So, this was like 79 cents. I couldn't resist. And then at the bottom are all the spools of thread that I got. So I didn't really have... Oh, these are tiny. No wonder why they were so cheap. These are definitely not the size I was expecting. Anything else running around in the bottom of the bag? Playing feeling mealy in the bag. Okay, so I got a bunch of like colored threads. I've got like an aqua color. It just says Germany on it. Color 610. And then this one's lighter. This is 206. And then I've got 3 purple shades. One of them is to match the satin fabric that I have out there that I was supposed to make a Halloween item for that I ended up never making. So here are the 3 purple threads. And this has actually got too much yellow in it for the purple out there. The purple out there is more of a royal purple. And then the 2 green shades that I got. This is more like a bluish green. It kind of would fit. Ooh. Jumpy little things. Kind of fits in these color categories. But I mean, they were like $1 something each. I don't know. It's 110 yards on here. It's still... I'm used to spools of thread that have like 1,000 yards that you get for like $3. So we'll see. I know these are probably made for sergers, and I do not use a serger. But this is what I really wanted. This is no pill fleece. They're 56 inches wide, and I only got 2 yards because I figured at 56 inches wide, these things are freaking huge. So I got this really pretty like pastel-y purple lilac color, which it looks gray on camera. Yo, pick up, hey, this isn't gray, it's purple. The camera's showing it as like gray, or at least it looks gray on my iPad. And then I got this color for my dad. I plan on making like one of those structured poncho things. Uh-oh. Well, hopefully it's a simple fix on her car. I only have 2 more things to show. Be safe. So here's the like teal. It's a teal blue color that I got for him. And then I was like, if I get up over $70 or $75, I get a bump in my discount. So I got this, and I thought it was going to be more red. This is more of like, in person, my shirt is a lot more red than this. This is kind of more like a pinky red. I'm just trying to see if you can see the color difference between my shirt and this. Oh, but yeah, this is more of like a pinky red. And just to show you just how big these are, I can't even fit it in the frame. Let me back up. This is from edge to edge, and I still don't have it all the way at the edge. I knocked my socks off. I'm knocking stuff off over here. Anyways, so my idea is to do something like a poncho with them, where I leave it open in the front. I'm gonna do like an overlap situation and do like big chunky buttons, and I'm gonna probably crochet the buttonhole loops and then just secure the buttons on. And then I'm gonna have it so that the sleeves are either triangles or rounded, and then I'm gonna tack in the sides here so that it has a little bit more shape. But because fleece is super warm, and then whatever I have left over, I'm gonna make into a, I don't know where Gold Squirt went. My dad's dog, his Chihuahua. I'll try and make her like a jacket or something out of it, because all the jackets that he buys her are way too freaking small. He doesn't realize how fat she is until he gets home and he's trying to put a brand new jacket or sweater on her, and he's like, I bought a small. I was like, she needs a medium. She's not a small. It's like women that are a size 8 that buy a size 6 and they can't get their ass into their jeans. I'm like, you should have bought an 8. Anyway, so I can't wait to play with this. not like I don't have a ton of fabric out there that I could play with, but I have some navy blue fleece somewhere because I used to use it at the flea market when I was vending out there, and it was so freaking cold during the winter at the flea market, so I needed something to keep me warm, and we were not allowed to have like space heaters or anything at our booths because they didn't want to pay the extra electricity fee, even though I was paying like $400 a month for booth rent out there, for an inside booth. And my booth had like holes in the door and stuff, and there was this lovely breeze that used to come through the wall, and it was all sorts of fun. So I would always freeze in the wintertime out there. So my friend brought me some fleece, and I would like wrap it around my legs to keep warm. So I would look like a burrito from the hips down because I was trying to keep warm because they wouldn't let us have space heaters. I kind of did sneak one in as my years with them went on, because the little fan that I moved to go over there a minute ago has an air feature on it, like a cool feature, but it also has 2 heat settings. So I was able to sneak that in and run it on low to keep my feet warm. But so I am waiting on a bunch of packages. The week of Thanksgiving, my dad ended up paying our house off completely on Friday. And then the other day he was looking on eBay for something, and he found, I guess I probably had to move those behind me too so I can take them out to the shop. He was looking on eBay and he found these like really pretty like copper pots and pans. And the pots and pans we use in the kitchen, my mom bought me like a box kit when I was like 18. So for the past 22 years, I've been using the same pots and pans and some of the fry pans and whatnot. And he found this set on eBay. It was like 20 pieces for $199. It was originally like $100 more. And he's like, oh, that's a good deal. I was like, what's the name of that brand? And I looked it up on Walmart. And sure enough, if I didn't find the exact same kit on Walmart for $50 cheaper, I was like, how much is that? $199. I was like, he's like, how much is yours? I'm like, $149, and it comes in turquoise. So he's like, turquoise? What's that look like? I was like, it's really pretty with the copper on the inside. So he came over here and looked at my machine, and I walked over to his computer and looked at his machine. I was like, I like the one on my screen better. He goes, I like the price on your screen better. So we ended up getting new pots and pans, a 20-piece set that is like baking sheets and stuff like that. And then I got extra baking sheets because I do a lot of baking. And we also do baked chicken versus like fried or anything like that. We don't have a grill anymore, so we don't grill out. But so I got new kitchen stuff coming, and I said, well, you know what, this weekend when you're not working on that necklace, I said, we need to get out there on those kitchen cabinets for the bar, and we need to pull everything out, and we need to figure out, okay, which I have like 3 or 4 mixers and blenders and stuff like that out there. Some of them are mine, some of them are his, some of them work, some of them don't work, some of them half-ass work, and they do a horrible job. I'm like, there's no point in keeping these machines if they're not working. Like the bread machine in the pantry or the laundry room. I make bread by hand. I don't need a machine. We even have a rotisserie oven up there because my mom she was really bad at cooking, so she would burn everything. So it was either in the crock pot or something that she could put it in and hit a button and walk away. Because my mom she's not the kind of cook that goes and checks on stuff when she's cooking. She's like gets distracted playing video games or reading or working or whatever, and the next thing you know, everything is charcoal. 90% of the stuff she made growing up was not edible, so my dad would cook. So yeah, we have all these like we even have like a Fry Daddy and stuff like that. We don't use that. We don't use any of that stuff. Why have it if we're not using it? I was like, get rid of this stuff. Like, we got too much crap. Looking at the kitchen table that's full of my dad's stuff. Yeah, we have way too much crap. We must have like 15 or 20 older computers here that some of them work and some of them don't, and you don't know which is which until you turn one on. But yeah, there's like so much stuff here that just needs to go. And I'm hopefully going to be able to encourage my dad to get some of that done this weekend. Fingers crossed. But I'm bad at that too. I mean, I've got like bookcases slap full in my bedroom and books in boxes in the mezzanine in the big motorcycle shed that are full of boxes because I have nowhere in my room to put them. So I'm just as guilty of being a pack rat as my dad is. So I know at least where I get it, but again, there's like books in German in my room that I was gifted from one of my friends who lives in Silver Springs, and I mean, she's from Germany originally, but I've read them once, but I read them like years ago when I could still remember and read German, and I can't remember German much anymore. It's been 20 years since I've used it, so you don't use it, you lose it. So there's a bunch of those that need to go. I've got some French poetry books that probably need to go. I mean, there's some books I'm definitely going to keep, like my Shakespeare books, my Edgar Allan Poe books, John Grisham, Edward Rutherford. I'd be keeping all of those. You know, like my Anna Green Gable books or the Little Women collection. I have the entire like 6-book collection that, what was her name? Wagner? The woman who wrote Little Boys and Little Women and all that kind of stuff. I had the entire like series that she wrote in like an entire official like set that's like ancient. So I have that. I have a Dick Van Dyke like poetry book from like the 1800s. I'd probably keep that. But there's like half of my books that need to go. I have way too much crap. And it's funny, a lot of people have been watching my old pants declutter video lately. I think I need to do another one. I mean, not for pants, because everything in my dresser I can actually wear. But I think I need to do like skirts, dresses, shirts, things like that I'm just not, things I don't either wear or like I'll look through my closet and I'm like, and I always like pass that item. I need to just get rid of stuff. So I plan on doing probably some more declutter videos for like clothing. I didn't even film my shoe declutter. It's just, I took everything out in boxes and I was like, I'm not wearing these shoes. Why do I keep them? I don't go anywhere. I wear the same 3 pairs of Birkenstocks, you know, and then my 3 pairs of riding boots, and that's it. Very rarely do I wear tennis shoes. I don't really wear like dress shoes, but I have like a brown pair and a black pair. And then I swear to God, it's like pulling teeth trying to find a white pair of heels, or even a neutral colored pair of heels. And I bought a neutral colored pair of heels from Amazon, and they're too wide for my feet. So having the fact that I'm tall, I have long legs, and I have skinny but long feet, it's hard to find clothes for me. So well, it looks like I've got 4 people here, but no chatters besides, you know, since Deb left. I'm alone. Everybody left me. That reminds me of that song I've been listening to lately. I forgot I had my website open. Figured I'd peek in on the order I shipped Monday and make sure that it got to where it was supposed to go. Oh, smart ass, Jason. Hey, Amanda. You're not that big. Like putting a rubber band on a beach ball. That's just horrible to say about yourself. Don't do that. Hey, and you have things that I don't have, so you should be very lucky. Remember, you are tiny and you are built to proportion. Jason, don't make me fly to New York just to beat your ass and come back to Florida. And you know how mean I can get. You know I can do it. I grab you by the dreads and drag you around your apartment. Wait a minute. You might like that. Exactly. I was talking about your best asset. You know, at least you have a pair of tatas. Shaped like a little Smokey with boobs. Well, I mean, you've also had a number of children too, so. Thank you, but would you explain the sleeves to me? Because I've had this shirt for like 10, 15 years, and I don't understand. I thought it was supposed to be a bell sleeve, but it's got this weird split, and it's ruched right through here, where the arm would bend. I don't understand the sleeve. So, it's kind of annoying. It's cute, but it's kind of annoying. And it's got little pink sequins on them, and a lot of them have fallen off in the dryer. I almost thought about taking a needle and thread and tying them down, but that would be a pain in the ass because you have to do it individually. You have to knot them each time. But yeah, I'm super confused by the. I can't even call these 70s style sleeves because they're not technically 70s style sleeves. Yeah, me neither. It's very strange because when I hold my arm up, if you look, there's like ruching right here on both sides, and then the sleeve splits. So, and I mean, it's. If you look, there's also elastic on the inside, so the ruching is supposed to be there. I don't know, it's the strangest damn thing I've ever seen, but alright, I'm gonna wander over here, blow my nose. Okay, I'm back. Uh-oh. Yeah, message me your MRI results. I'll look them over. I don't have Facebook loaded on my computer right now, so I'll look at it on my phone. Hang on, let me put my eyeballs on. Did they do this with contrast or without? It doesn't say. Did they do the radioactive contrast, Amanda? Right mastoid effusion. So, did the blood clot come back in the frontal sinus cavity? Is that what I'm reading this right? Okay. But I'm on the first page. Mastoids and paranasal sinuses that is where you had your nasal clot before, right? And it looks like you've got scar tissue there, if I'm reading this correctly. Are they going to do a biopsy? Because now they're saying that there's lesions on there. Atherosclerosis, yeah. Duh. Alright, I'm looking at the second one now. I gotta blow it up so I can actually read it. So what it looks like is that where you had... Yes. But remember, all of that stuff is connected. But what it looks like is that where you had your blood clot before in your... the nasal passage kind of sinus stuff, what it looks like is that that blood clot might have done some damage, and it says something about the cavity thickening, which is not good, but it also says something about lesions on there, which could lead to some sort of like cyst or tumor. Are they looking at doing like a biopsy to test for like some sort of cancer? Okay, yeah, I couldn't remember exactly where, and I'm sure it's on my seizure notes for the video that I did like last year when I did that video. But all my typed notes and stuff are gone because my hard drive crashed. Whoops. I pulled my shirt out of my pants and it just spit my knife out at me. So are they looking at doing some sort of biopsy? They're saying that the thickening of the walls of that cavity are what is causing your migraines. Yeah, they need to. I would expect a biopsy in after reading those results. I haven't read the second ones yet. See, aren't you glad you have friends that also have health issues, that have family that works in the medical industry and that did medical transcription for 16 years? My head is killing me. So, yeah, the biopsy, when are they going to do that? Because I would recommend getting it done sooner rather than later. Last time we talked, you had like a serious case of bronchitis that they tested you for COVID and stuff. Oh, I have those up. I just haven't read them yet. All right, so this is your neck, cervical spine. Okay, and they did contrast. Did that stuff make you really thirsty? Because last time I had this type of contrast, it made me like really thirsty. They thought your neck was broken? Yeah, get the biopsy done as soon as possible. I mean, because it can take 2 weeks for the results to come back. Susceptibility artifact. No stenosis. Spurs. Did you slip and fall and I didn't know about it? Or have a car accident? Okay, so I've read this. Well, that would make sense because it would cause scar tissue. Um, a bulging disc they can shave down, but with a degenerative disc disease, which is what they're saying that you have, in the same area of your neck where the disc is bulging, I would not recommend a shave on that, just for the fact that it's not going to regenerate like it should. The House has passed a bill to decriminalize marijuana. About damn time. Not that I'd be going out smoking it, but hey, you do your do. I also wonder if this might be causing your migraines, because all of this stuff is connected. But I know, like, I've had sinus pain since I got up this morning, so my right eye is affected. It's also affected, like, my neck and the upper part of my my neck. So I know that all of that is connected. So I'm wondering. Yeah, I saw that there was stenosis on here. Well, wait, it says 2 and 3, no significant stenosis, but C4 and C5 there is mild central canal stenosis, severe right, moderate, and severe left foraminal stenosis. That is, but see, the other thing that they say is that you have a bulging disc in that same area, and you also have spurs, which means what happens when a bony substance gets damaged, calcium builds up on the damage to kind of like heal it, kind of like pouring concrete over a crack. Only thing is concrete only sinks down into the crack so far, and it's going to leave buildup over the outside of it. So when you get a bone spur, especially on your neck, it can cause stiffening in between where the vertebrae are, which is where you need your movement. They can go in and shave down the spurs, but if your body is already building up spurs on those spots, even if you go in and debride them back, what it's going to cause is your body to go, oh, hey, well, it's smoother now, but there's still a problem here, and it's going to go back and build that area back up. So it's going to be one of those continual processes where you, every so many years, you have to go in. Like when people get heel spurs, every like 5 to 10 years, they have to go in and have their foot cut open and the heel spurs like shaved off, and then things close back up. Because once your bone starts calcifying in that area, it just builds up and builds up and builds up. It's a never ending process. And you can't like retrain your body to not do that. It's like got its blinders on and it sees a problem and it wants to fix it, but it doesn't realize it's doing damage. Well, after reading this, you're probably going to need a disc replacement on C4 and C5. And if they put in a stabilizing plate, that could also cut down on your headaches. It also could cut down on your vertigo that you've been having, the nausea that you've also had, and maybe, fingers crossed, lessen some of the sinus issues that you've been having with the blood clot. I mean, you have a clotting disorder anyways, like I do. You just have, so you're always going to have issues with clots even on blood thinners. But I think it would cut down on some of the central frontal area that you know about, that you have. I think it would cut down on some of that. But with that one that disc bulging, I would probably, if they have the lovely silicone looking substitutions, I would look at getting one of those and having that entire disc removed and a replacement put in, because you're just going to have issues with it once it's damaged like that. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And I would have them look at shaving down the spurs that are in your neck as well, because it might help with range of motion. How did I get all doctory on people? I am not a medical professional. I have never had a doctorate degree or a nursing degree. I have just worked with people in the medical fields, and I know how this stuff works. And I've had my own procedures myself. So, to be honest, I would be more concerned about the first one than the second one that you sent me. The next stuff is a pretty simple fix. Yeah, you're going to be laid up for a while, but I mean, you're kind of used to that by now. Not trying to be rude or nothing, but you know how it is. Right? You only come to me because I know stuff. It sucks being a walking encyclopedia. People ask me all the time, they're like, how do you know something about that? I was like, well, I'm one of those weirdos that reads everything and pays attention, and when other people are talking, I shut up and listen. And especially when I started doing like medical transcription when I was like 12, and I thought reading the Tabor's Medical Dictionary was fun, so I've read more medical books than most people have. Yeah, that's why I'm saying you need a biopsy of that area. Also, with the fact that you've got thickening of the walls of that canal, I'd be worried about that. But hopefully they can go in through your sinuses to get to it and do a biopsy that way. It'll be easier on the healing process and it'll be less painful in the end. Either that or they can go in through the eye socket. But give me the heebie-jeebies. Other than all the serious stuff, how are you doing? Oh, Nanda, are you on Covet still? Ugh. I wouldn't want to go see an endocrinologist. I hear all kinds of shitty things happen in their office. Did you look at the new, what was it? It's like the featured brand look. Let me see if I can find it. They want my survey again. Fuck you. I'm pulling up my results. Hang on. Okay. Now I can go look at that look. It was like the wedding one. Wedding of the decades. Did you enter this look? I don't know if you can make sure you can see my phone. Why is it not one? It's like, there you go. You can kind of see it. Did you enter this look? I didn't have anything for a top, so I put on a tank top and then put the funny shoulder things over it to make it kind of look wedding-ish. But like this one skirt that I borrowed from somebody, it's $3,400. And it's really that price on the brand's website. Who in their right mind would spend $3,400 on a freaking skirt? I mean, it's gorgeous, don't get me wrong, but holy no. I'm not spending that kind of money. Not Covet cash, and certainly not in real life. Right? Sometimes you kind of have to just keep on keeping on, because there's a lot of times I wish I could give up, and I just think about all the things that I've been through, and I realize that I'm one tough bitch, and I'm going to continue to be one tough bitch. Oh, I forgot. I did the look for today's daily, but I didn't enter it. Whoops. Submit. Oh, I need to vote. That was stopping me from entering. I didn't have enough tickets. We do fancy and fierce rallies and we do them back to back. So if you ever want to join our fashion house, you only have to enter 2 rallies a month, and it would be easier if you were in our fashion house because then we could talk more. I mean, it's not like you don't have me on Facebook, not like you don't have my phone number, but I'm glad I was able to borrow the skirt. Really glad I was able to borrow the skirt because that was freaking expensive. We do a fierce rally and then we do a fancy rally, and one of the cool things about doing them back to back, and there's very short time in between that's down for not being in a rally, is if you can't afford to enter the fierce rally, you can do the fancy rally, and as long as you do every other, you still get prizes for the fierce rally. So I like that, and we try and tell people in our fashion house that if you're not able to afford the diamonds to pay, to play the fierce rally, because we have a specific, whatever the cheaper of the 2 flashbacks is what is required plus all the other looks. But yeah, we rally back to back to back to back, and then at the end of the month, depending on how many days are left, we usually and if we've got all the prizes, usually by the last rally of the month, we've got all of the grand prizes. Last month, I think there were 2 prizes, or no, it was 1 prize we didn't win, and it was the $200 in cash for the small prize. That's the only thing we didn't get. We got everything else on the board. So, but yeah, if we've got like 40 or 39 members right now, so we could pick up like 10 more feasibly. And our house is listed as private, but we have a Facebook group that we use, and but very rarely, if ever, do we have issues with people missing. Oh gosh, when this last rally first started, the first, I had all my looks done, and then I went to bed. When I woke up 6 hours later, it said I hadn't entered the flashback, and I bought the pack for it. I entered it before I laid down, and I was like, I typed out a message and was like, has anybody else's game had issues? Like the game wouldn't load. It kept giving me that like little red bar across the top. No, we're pretty easygoing in our fashion house because we have people from all over the world. So we have restrictions on like talk about racism. We don't put up with that shit at all. We don't talk about politics because we do have people all over the world. We had one girl that we had issues with that was like, Trump's like the best thing ever. I was like, can I kick her? Please let me kick her. I want to kick her. I want to kick her out so far and make her head spin. I was like, please let me kick her. And then she made a rude comment. Crystal Demira, she's a friend of mine. She's in Panama. She's half black and half Hispanic, and this woman, Savannah, had the freaking nerve to call her a goddamned half-breed Negro. I about lost it. I was like, number 1, we don't tolerate that in this house. 2, where are you coming from? I would trust her with my life. I wouldn't trust to get in a vehicle with you. You are redneck white trash. I said, we don't need that in this group. And we had so many complaints on her in like 1 week. We had to vote as house officers. There was only 3 of us at the time. But so that it didn't look like I was picking on her, the head of the house ended up being the one that kicked her out. But we voted on her removal. And when we kicked her out, everybody was like, yay! But yeah, she was awful. And I don't think she's not been on Covet since. She was on my friends list for a while, and then I finally blocked her on Facebook because she kept posting all this Trump shit on my page, and I was like, nope. Yeah, we don't do back-to-back flashbacks. We do 1 rally with a flashback and 1 rally without a flashback. Yeah, we don't... And I think everybody in our house is female, but like I said, we have women from all over the world. I mean, we've got the Netherlands, we've got Germany, we've got France, we've got Australia, we've got New Zealand, India, China, Japan. The fashion house leader is actually in South Africa. Of course, you know where I'm at. And then the other house leader is in the middle of the United States. We have people from Canada. We have people from all over the world in our fashion house. And one of them, she's from Indonesia. She is a singer over there, and she's like a well-known singer over there. She has her own Instagram page and YouTube channel, and I mean, she's like big in that region. She does like concerts, and she does ads and commercials, and she sings like jingles and stuff for a lot of the products and stuff in her country. So, I mean, I think it's amazing that we get to talk to people from all over the world, and it's amazing that, you know, we do this occasionally. I'll do a share something that you like about your country kind of thing, and everybody comments, well, here in this country, this is what we do, and I like it because. And I think that's amazing that, because people were like down before the elections and stuff, and I was like, okay, let's take everybody's mind off that crap. I said, I'm tired of it myself. But I said, tell me one thing that you really like about your country. And then we would have people like put where they were, because not everybody remembers like what country people are from. Because to us, it doesn't really matter where the hell they're from, because they're just people. But they would tell us like one thing that they really enjoyed that their country did, out of like a whole bunch of things. And I was like, should we do one thing that people don't like about your country kind of thing? Or, you know, we've switched it up a few times, but I really enjoy getting to know some of the things and about them, their country, the cultures, that kind of stuff. It's super neat. Yeah. And she lives in like Georgia or Alabama, Amanda. I had half a mind to find out where she lived and just drive to her house and just beat the shit out of her in her front yard, but you know, that's just me. Well, it seems like you've got a pretty good diversity in your group too. Yeah, I think it's nice that there is a game that we can all play as women, and we don't have this like competition thing, you know, like where women do that pissing contest, kind of like guys do with Mine's Bigger. We don't have that in our fashion house, which is nice. And like a lot of us follow each other on social media. I've got one friend on Covet that I've had on my friends list for years. Come to find out, she lives like 20 minutes from the house leader for our fashion house. And I was like, I posted her an ad for her business one day on my page, and my friend Bonnie commented, and she's like, hey, that's like 20 minutes from me. I was like, what? Really? So I pulled them both into a chat group. I'm like, Keisha, meet Bonnie. Bonnie, meet Keisha. You guys live 20 minutes apart in South Africa. I was like, small world. I mean, I really like the fact that, and it's like that with my MMOs that I play, all of my like online games and stuff. You meet people from literally all over the world. And I don't understand how somebody can hate somebody else for being different, because I think it's like the best thing ever. I think it's amazing when you can come together as people. Oh, that's awesome. See, but because we only have like 4 or 5 people in our fashion house that are from the United States, that would not work out so good. And shipping to other countries is god awful expensive. Like to ship to my friend, you know, my Canadian friend Amanda, you know who she is. Remember I put you two together. It's like $25 to ship something to Canada for her. I was going to send her like a gag gift for Christmas, and I looked at what shipping would be. The cost of the item is like not even 1% of the cost of the shipping. I was like, whoa. Oh, hey, people can always buy me with pizza. I will definitely be more than happy to give somebody my address if they want to buy me pizza. Just no Domino's, okay? We do pizza but in this family. No Domino's. And I don't think we have, I mean, we have Hungry Howie's, which I used to work there, so at least I know how the pizzas are made. And I know the owners. Even they just got bought out by another family, and I actually know the owners and have spoken with the owner's wife several times because she keeps posting like job listings in the job group I run. Well, I thought you had my address. All right, hang on. I'll message you it. Michelle, I told her I was going to be live, and she's like, boo, I took a nap. I missed it. I said, I'm still live. All right, let me send you my address. If I could type. What? Autocorrect? Really? Why? I'm trying to type in Florida, and it keeps changing it to do. How does FL look like DO? Like, really? Stupid phone. What is wrong with you? Okay, there's my address. Philip wants to play Overwatch. I was like, I can still do that while I stream. Okay, just waiting on Michelle to get here. Oh, hey. Okay, so since you're here... Oh, hey, Sylvia. So, oh, good. We have both of you here. Sylvia, I'll deal with you first, and then we'll get into Michelle. Sylvia, I'm saying buy the items that you want from Alter Ego. Have them shipped to my house, okay? And then I will have, like, you can go on my website and do, I can do like a custom listing on there for just whatever the cost of the shipping is, and then you can just pay that through the website to do it that way. And I will ship you the box of eyeshadow palettes that you want from Alter Ego. I have oh, hey Casey, I have no problem shipping it to you. Just have it shipped to my house. You should have my address. If not, I'll send it to you again. I just sent it to a man on Facebook. So I will ship, you know, have your items shipped to my house, and then I will mail them on to you in Portugal. That's what I was trying to say. Buy what you want, have it shipped here, and then I'll wait for all your packages to arrive, open everything, make sure it's okay, pack it back, and then I will fill out, I got one right here. I'll fill out the customs form for it, and then I will ship it to you, mark it as a gift, so that you don't get import taxes and fees for it. Plus, it's cheaper on shipping on my end. And then that way you can order whatever you want. As long as you can pay for it with your credit card, you just have it shipped to me. Amanda, that is Michelle Johnson. She's on my Facebook. You've probably seen me share her posts. And Sylvia's also on my Facebook. Thanks, Casey. On my website, I can make a listing. I can find out how much the shipping is going to cost, and I can make a listing on my website that'll say custom order Sylvia, and then you just pay that through my website. So you can either pay it through PayPal or your debit card, that kind of thing, or I can send you a PayPal invoice and you can just pay that. It doesn't really matter. I can send you an invoice through Square or PayPal. I'm sure we can figure it out. And it'll probably be cheaper for me to send it because they're going to claim product totals on the shipping if you try and get it shipped to Portugal. So with me shipping it, I can mark the contents as a gift, and then that way you're not paying all the import fees and taxes and stuff. It hid your message for some reason. So you should be able to have it shipped to me for reasonable shipping price or even free shipping depending on what your order total is. And then if you use like Ebates or like the Rakuten or Shop Tagger or Honey, you should be able to get like coupons and shipping deals and that kind of stuff through any of those sites. And then just have it shipped here, and then I will box everything up together and then ship it in one package and mark it as a gift. Because technically, I mean, it is a gift from me to you, even though you ordered it. So I might just throw something extra in the box. But yeah, that's what I was thinking. You can order stuff and just have it mailed here, and then I will, make sure that the packages arrive fine, and then I'll just ship it over to you. I have no problem doing that. I mean, I might be busy, but I can make time. Michelle, now on to you. All right. I had an order come in on my website for a custom order, which I just showed. I showed the jewelry. We're doing a custom necklace for the owner of Nomad Cosmetics. So when her order came in, we did a business trade where here's the chain that's going to be made into a necklace for her. I don't know if you can see it or not. The camera didn't want to focus on it last time. It's a rounded box chain. I got 20 feet of it. Hello? My FedEx package is scheduled for what? Delivery on the 5th, which is tomorrow. Ooh, Nadine, are you in the stream? I can answer that on stream. Okay. Well, yeah, if you need my address again, just let me know and I'll send it to you on Facebook. But yeah, feel free to order what you want and then I'll have it sent here and then I'll mail it on to you. Okay, so, anyways, so the owner of Nomad Cosmetics, as you know, I love their eyeshadow palettes. She wanted a custom necklace piece made for her because she doesn't wear a whole lot of jewelry, but she wants something. And we talked about design. She had a picture of something that she wanted that was made, or something made that was similar to it. So we ended up doing a business trade. There was an eyeshadow palette that she released right after I filmed my birthday wish list video. Hello? I just had a cat walk through. So it's the Cartagena palette, and I actually have a friend that's from Colombia, so I was like, ooh, and I like the color story. But it's the only big palette of theirs that I don't have, and because it was released like 2 days after I filmed that birthday wish list video, I didn't know about it soon enough to put it in the video. So Jason sent me the Orient Express, which was in that video. And then they released the Cartagena palette, and it was like $30-something. At the time, I just couldn't afford it. So we did a business trade where I took off the cost of the palette from her order, and she's sending me the palette, so I should be getting it any time now. So I had an order from her, and then I helped out another indie brand owner on Twitter the other day, and we were messaging back and forth, and she's like, well, I want to send you something, for taking time out of your day to help me and answer questions and stuff. And I was able to actually get her in contact with people for YouTube because there was something going on with her channel. Right? I love trades. She gets something beautiful and I get something beautiful. Hey, I'm happy. And I told her that she didn't have to mail me anything. I was perfectly happy helping. And I was glad I was able to help because there were some things not working on her end, and I walked her through what she needed to do in order to get those things fixed. And then YouTube helped her with the monetization side of things. So, and I was surprised that somebody with over 1 million subscribers on YouTube was willing to spend the time talking with me. So anyways, the owner of Makeup Geek, Marlene Estelle, I was like, well, I've been busy working on my website lately. She's like, oh, what's your website? So I sent her my website link. She posted my business link on her Twitter account, which has like 500 followers, or 500,000 followers, I think. God, I got all these messages popping up now. I got people asking me stuffs on the Facebooks. I forgot I had a window open for Facebook on this browser. I don't usually leave Firefox open, or Chrome open. It hogs my machine. Okay, so anyways, so I thought she was just going to share my website page, which she did. That night, she ended up placing an order on my website, and I mailed it out the next morning. So I was like, I had 2 indie brands order from my website over like a 3-day period. I was like, so anyways, with my good fortune, since you allow me to use your Stars account to watch Outlander, and you allow me to use your Hulu account to watch shows that I can't watch on Netflix, I figured, why not spread some joy and some love at a little bit of cash. And I added the gift card to your account, and then I was like, oh no, she's gonna wonder why she's not being charged. Crap, I better tell her. Because I was gonna let it just be a surprise where you didn't get charged for a couple of months. And I was like, no, because she's probably gonna notice that not coming out of her bank, and then she's gonna wonder why and wonder if there's something wrong with her service. I was like, so I better let her know. So I thought about it after a few days, and I was like, okay, well, that's why I sent you the screenshot on Facebook that showed that, the gift card goes for like 2.25 months, and then I think it's February, the end of February is when you'll be charged like the remainder of the, whatever the balance didn't cover on your regularly scheduled payment method. So, but yeah, I figured, why not? See, I didn't want you to have to worry about it. So that's why I was like, oh, I better tell you. Right? Well, Amanda, you were letting me use your Disney Plus. And then I found out recently that Jason had Disney Plus, and because I know you had to get rid of it because you couldn't afford it. So when Mandalorian came back on, the first 2 episodes that had come out, and Jason's like, well, I have a Disney Plus. Why don't you just use my account? I was like, so it was like Christmas in my house, man. Because my dad's a huge Star Wars fan. He has all the books on paperback from like the 70s. They're all shades of orange and yellow and brown and funkiness from being 40 plus years old. And I've read all of the books. We've watched all of the movies. We own all of the movies. We own everything up to I think the last one that just came out. I don't think Dad's bought that yet, but we own everything else all the way up to like Rogue One and stuff. So we're a big Star Wars fan here, and in this household. So yeah, when Mandalorian season 1 came on and you had that Dropbox link for it, I was like. And then you gave me access to your Disney Plus, and then Dad and I rewatched again through my computer. So after we watched, because I was saving off the ones on Dropbox just in case they like deleted that Dropbox folder. So I downloaded all of those so we could watch them, and then after it ended, while you still had Disney Plus, Dad and I were able to rewatch the entire series without having to download them. So that was nice. Which is again why I don't mind helping people, because people help me randomly, and they never ask for anything in return, and then you get those people that always ask you for something and never give anything in return. Those are the ones that when the phone rings, I'm like, you look at it, you see who it is, and you're like, nah, I ain't talking to them. Don't feel like answering that. It's usually also the same people that call when I'm sleeping, so half the time I ignore the phone call because I'm asleep and I feel like I gotta sneeze. So yeah, I have both Michelle and Amanda and Jason to thank for allowing me to use your accounts and trusting me enough with your passwords to do so. I know a lot of people wouldn't do that. Right? I would be too. But then again, we're like sci-fi nerds in this house anyways. I mean, I grew up on Star Trek, so there isn't an episode of Star Trek from Next Generation all the way up to Deep Space Nine, Voyager, any of the cast-offs that shows that were made after that I probably don't remember. So I've even watched I've watched all of the like current movies that have been made in the past 40 years. I don't really care for the James T. Kirk version of Star Trek, and that's only because I don't care for William Shatner. I don't. I think he's an asshole. My dad's met him in person. He was an asshole in person, and so it just kind of left a bad taste in my mouth, and I just think he's an asshole, and I don't watch him. I'm waiting on Nadine to get in here. She said that give her a minute and she'd be in because she asked me something on Facebook and it would be easier to just verbally answer her through the live stream. All right, anybody else got any questions for me that's it's just easier to answer here than on Facebook and Messenger? Because sometimes this is easier. And Phil said he can't play Overwatch, he's working. Even though I have my streaming thing set up that I could live stream a video game right now. Oh, YouTube just told me I have an excellent connection. Oh, never mind. Warning, please check the video resolution. Current resolution is 960 by 540, which is not optimal. Well, bump you, YouTube. What if that's all my camera can do? I don't even know if... I'm pulling up the properties. No, it's set at 1920 1080, so YouTube is wrong. I don't know what it's thinking. I keep burping. I'm hungry. Looking to make sure I didn't miss chat. For whatever reason, the live chat on this screen is slower than the live chat on my YouTube. Because I have my other channel logged in on my iPad so I can see chat. Come on, Nadine. Yeah, I think you told me about that. I also heard Worf was a jerk too. Huh. You should have walked up to him and been like, kapla. But I'm sure he gets that a lot and he gets annoyed by it. I don't know. I always thought Worf was cute. Actually, Jason kind of looks like Worf. Minus the forehead wrinkles. Jason, is it okay that I just referred to you as looking like Worf from Star Trek? I don't know, I had a big crush on him. Him and, what was it, the Dr. Bashir from Deep Space Nine. Oh, he's a gorgeous man. He was also in Game of Thrones. And for a while I had a small crush on Wesley. Oh, and Diana, the actress who played her, the half Beta Z chick. My mom made a comment one time about how ugly she was without makeup on, and I looked, I was like, I think she's still pretty without makeup on. What do you mean? She's like, well, she doesn't look like the same person. I was like, Well, you don't look like the same person when you have your hair and makeup done either. She's like, but that's different. I think she's beautiful. Oh! That's rude. Okay, Worf gets a nasty sticker in my book then. That's not cool. Hey, Tina. Okay, so your question. You asked about making jewelry. Number one, titanium is a very hard metal. You need a specific temperature in order to melt it. Our equipment here doesn't even get hot enough to melt titanium, so we don't work with titanium or platinum or palladium, period. Because our machines, our torches, our kilns, everything, we don't have the heat for it. Dad would have to build a specialized kiln, and we use oxygen and acetylene for our torches, so he would have to buy a different type of gas in order to mix to get the torches hot enough to melt titanium. It's a completely different metal than working with what you said, aluminum and copper. Copper is super easy to work with. Aluminum is super easy to work with. I've used both materials and done direct clay casting with it because you don't have to they melt at a lower melting point. I think it's like 860 or 840 degrees. Give me a second to go grab a book from the workshop. I will be right back. This isn't the book I thought it was. So let me check over here. Okay, we're pulling out the big guns here. Ugh. I think it's going to be in this one, but... Okay, the titanium melting point is 3,047 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, I heard Riker's a really nice guy. Jonathan? Dad's met Chekhov too, and he said he's pretty awesome. Okay, so let me look up aluminum, because I think it's a very low... Alright. Aluminum, the melting point is 1220 Fahrenheit, or 1,220 degrees. Copper is 1981. Sterling silver is 1640, just for an example. And titanium, like I said, it's 3272. So Titanium takes a lot of heat in order to melt it. But again, copper and aluminum are super easy to melt. They're super easy to work with. Plus, they're very malleable kind of metals. So when you make something with it, it doesn't take much to mold them as they're either cooling or after they've cooled. If you mess up, they're easy to fix. But also, when you use a torch to work with copper and aluminum, you have to be very, very careful with how high your torch is on, how hot your torch is, because you can easily burn a hole like that right through your metal and be like, oh shit. So, the other thing you asked, all right, so that was metal. You asked about websites. I can send you those on Facebook. 1981, 1,981 degrees Fahrenheit, or 1,083 Celsius. I knew it was in a spiral bound book, and I picked this one up, and this one's just for findings. So, got some pretty stuff in here, though. Pretty. Okay, I need to quit. But yeah, copper's super easy. There was a jewelry school down in Orlando. Well, it was actually in Winter Park, but they closed down a while back. Ooh. Yeah, that dress is kind of awesome, Amanda. And again, the message popped up over here before it popped up there. The other thing is, Nadine, that I don't think your daughter's not local, right? She lives, is that the one that lives in Tampa? I know she doesn't live local, because I know you got a care package once for her. Anyways, or from her. Depending on what city she's in, they might have like local jewelry stores that also do jewelry classes. I know there's one in downtown Mount Dora. She teaches classes, and she's only open like a couple of days a week. Robin, who works at the Eustis Post Office, she actually took classes from her and got her jewelry certificate, because not only is the lady licensed to teach, but she's also certified as a jewelry crafting instructor. One of the suppliers that we use to buy our chain, they have classes that like you can go to either like Texas or Nevada or sometimes Arizona, and you can go to a physical location, and they have very small class sizes. They do hand-on-hand classes, or like one-on-one, hand-by-hand kind of learning techniques. They also do online classes and stuff like that, so they can sign up for like a webinar. The classes are not cheap though. You're looking at thousands of dollars for that. That was my dad's like midlife crisis when he turned 40, was going to jewelry school. I think one semester was like $4,500, just to give you a ballpark idea of what it was back in 1995. So that was a long time ago. We won't talk about how old we are now. Everybody knows I'm 40. I swear I need to find something to do with my register. If you know anybody that wants to buy a fancy high-end register that has a scanner on it and does all kinds of fancy things and will update your inventory online and all that kind of fun stuff, let me know, because I need to get rid of it. It's a very high-end register. I like it. I have no need for it. I got another register out there that I don't need either. Okay, did I cover everybody? Let's see. Got Amanda, got Michelle, got Sylvia, got Nadine. I think I checked off all the people that I needed to do something for, right? Did I get everybody? Right? It's a never-ending affliction there, Michelle. I think I covered everybody that I needed. Yeah, jewelry school is not cheap. But I will send you some links on Facebook so you can have her look at it. And she can take like smaller classes to learn basics. There's also on Instagram a friend of mine, Tiny Desk Designs. She also does classes as well. So I don't know if you're on Instagram or not, but I could always hook you up with her and her website. And she does a lot of bench work. So. I think I've covered everything everybody's asked me today. We did medical advice in the beginning. We've talked jewelry. We've talked makeup. We've talked... you can see the pile of fabric behind me. Oh, and Nadine, I saw somebody comment on your post the other day about a heated blanket. I have 2 of them here. I just need to pull them out and see if they still work. If you want, I will check them this weekend. And if you want, I can bring them to you, the heated blankets. I mean, they're old, but if they still heat up and they still work, I'll wash them and whatnot before I bring them over. That way you guys have some sort of heat. And you have plenty of counter space for a space heater, by the way. All you need is like 2 inches on either side of it to keep it from, you know, like falling over or burning things. And anyways, they have sensors on them now that if you even fart funny next to it, it turns off, so. Let me pull it up. Her Instagram is Tiny Desk Designs. Make sure that you can see this. I'll send it to you on Facebook too. It doesn't want to focus on it. Hello? Hello? Focus. Nope. Anyway, she does really beautiful. She does a lot of these like cloud designs. Oh, I know what I could do. I'm such a moron. Instagram doesn't let you post from the web app, but it does, however... Oh, I gotta put in my code. Hang on. I forgot I'm on I have the ability to screen share. Come on, give me the code. Come on, hurry up. There we go. Gotta love your 2-factor authentication. Okay, let me make myself smaller. Gimme. And then I'll turn on my display. Okay, on Instagram, and I should be able to copy the link while I'm here. If you go to people I follow, you should be able, like on the web, on the mobile app, you could just type in the word tiny, and it should pull her up. Because I'm on the web, it's a little harder. So let me just type in, and there she is right there. I can't believe I didn't think about this. Oh. See, and it's hiding messages from you, Amanda. I don't know why it's doing that. Let me see if there's a way to approve your messages. So, no. It wants me to do other things to your messages. Yeah, man, I don't know how many of my subscribers actually play Covet. Oh, look, I got a message from Falop. Won't be on till later. Okay, so anyways, Valerie makes this is like her signature design, this cloud design right here, and I think it's the cutest thing. She shows you how she takes this from a plate of metal and she does all of these dotting techniques with a torch. It is so freaking cool how she does it. Now, of course, I'm not allowed to touch Daddy's torch because he thinks I'm just going to set everything on fire, which I might. Ooh, there's a druzy piece she made. That's pretty. But again, this cloud design is like her signature like design. Trying to find some of her other stuff that she's made. There's another cloud piece. Look, she got the pendant and a brooch. She makes some of the neatest things. But anyways, I know she teaches classes. She also does like trade shows and stuff. Not even reading chat. I don't have a favorite Christmas music movie. I also hate Christmas music, and for the most part, I hate Christmas. But that's due to personal traumas. But yeah, she does beautiful, absolutely beautiful work. So, if you need to ask jewelry questions that I can't answer, she can answer them. So that should help. And the other information that you asked for, like I said, the links to suppliers and stuff like that. The one supplier that I use, I can actually send that to you now that I got my screen turned off. Make myself bigger again. And my hair's still braided from being on the motorcycle. It looks like my braid is coming out. Okay, here is the page for just classes. I'll send that to you now. And that has a lot of resources on it. Yeah, this one class, $95 to $145. This one says price varies. Price vary, price vary, price vary, price vary. So, but yeah, there's all kinds of information on there about classes. And this is a Texas-based company. So you shouldn't have any problems with them. We've been using them for decades. Ever since my dad went through jewelry school, we buy all of our like specialty chain and stuff through them because they have an Italian supplier that they work with. Now, occasionally we buy from Italian chain manufacturers directly because Italian chains are they're like the best of the best. If you want like an amazing silver necklace, look for Italian silver. It is like the best chain you're gonna find on the market. Italians have the chain making process down like pat. They are like master craftsmen. They have machines that are specifically designed to not only make the chain, but to check the chain for any inconsistencies in it before it even comes out the other side. They have the way that they have their machines and stuff set up, it's just mind-boggling. Okay, go have fun checking mail. But yeah, I'm waiting on I got a whole bunch of packages that should be arriving anytime between now and the 15th. Between something dad bought and something dad bought for the house through my account and something I bought for myself, and then something dad bought me for Yule. So we got lots of packages that'll be arriving between today and the next couple of weeks. So got lots of stuff going on here. I'm tired of it telling me that my resolution's bad. I got a message on Instagram that I can check. I'm surprised it lets me do that. Anyways, I think I got everybody's problems all sorted out. Well, I don't really care for UPS, but I do have, like, my UPS account is set up so that when somebody sends me something via UPS, I get a notification, like, so I can keep track of it. We don't really have problems with people stealing our packages here because, again, 22 by the front door. But when UPS, like, James was here earlier, our FedEx guy, and he's, like, amazing, but he does FedEx Air. Our FedEx ground guy is, like, super old and very cantankerous and doesn't like animals and appears to not like people either. Our mail lady that bought, because we're a rural route, she bought the old mail lady's route when she went to retire, which I'm super thankful for. The dog loves her. Like, if she's in the yard and the mail lady pulls up at Paul, the nut job next door's mailbox, Emily goes running out towards our mailbox, tail wagging, just bark, 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 all happy, barking and stuff. And I'm usually, as soon as she starts barking, I'm out the front door because I need to know who's in the yard. Because, again, when you own a small dog, you worry about somebody stealing her. And they've been having large amounts of dog thefts in Lake County lately. Somebody had their bulldog stolen right out of their house. And somebody in Leesburg had their pit bull. Their kids were playing with the pit bull in the yard. And somebody stole the dog right over the fence with the kids' backs turned. I don't know what the hell is wrong with people, but I tell you what, you come on my property and you touch my animals, I will shoot you. I'm not even going to ask questions. So, but yeah, UPS, we used to have like a standard guy that delivered our route like all the time, but he got hurt in a basketball game because he played basketball as like I don't know if it was professional or whatever, but he did play basketball, and so he ended up throwing his knees doing that, so he couldn't deliver anymore because he wasn't able to continuously lift 50 to 75 pounds regularly like the requirement is for the job. So they put him behind a desk. He works in Orlando just full time now. So we really miss him because we had him for like 10 years and we never had a problem with him delivering packages. He knew like if we were home, he would knock on the door and let us know it was here and then walk off. And of course, I always come out and I'm like, thank you. But like when we're not here, he had the code to our garage door. So he would like open our garage door and then slide the package in and then close our garage door back. I mean, he was that good. So we get like random drivers now through UPS. So it's not the same. But yeah. And of course, with the time of year, people are going to be expecting packages more. And so I try and stay on top of, actually I probably ought to go look just in case because it's about time. When it's like the month of December, our mail people split the route. So like regular things that'll go in a mailbox, like this was in the mailbox today. This was the necklace chain and stuff. And this is like a heavy duty like bubble wrapper. And it has like medium-sized bubbles in it. These things are huge. I'm definitely saving that to reuse it. But Dad had some junk mail that came in, and he had another small package. So anything that's small that will fit in the box, or our mailbox, comes out with the regular mail, which usually arrives between 10 and anywhere between 9:30 and 11:30, really. And then any packages come out between like 2:30 and 4 o'clock. Oh, I'd have been mad, Amanda. I'd have set the kids on him. Or her. I mean, you got enough of them. I'm sure one of them's rabid. Just send them out the front door to go bite people. And it should be legal because, I mean, they're on your property. I tell you what, if somebody had the balls to come to my house and try and take something off my property that didn't belong to them, they wouldn't be walking off my property. They would be leaving in an ambulance because I don't, no. Let me peek out the front door really quick. Oh, my back is killing me. I had a freaking moron in a pickup truck cut me off when I was on the motorcycle earlier, and my pain level is starting to creep up there. I don't know what's wrong with people. I really don't. You know, I'm kind of glad that I don't leave the house very often, because I'm also glad that I'm not supposed to leave the house with my gun. Because I tell you what, I'd be pulling out my gun and I'd be popping tires and stuff driving down the road. Last time we went out on a bike, I went to turn not too far from the house, and I was behind a semi. And the way I drive behind a semi is I get as far over on the left-hand side of the driving lane so that the driver of the semi knows I'm behind them. And I went like this, and he, you know, waved out the window at me. So I knew he knew I was there. I'd be mad, Amanda. We have like security and stuff on the house, but I mean, there's no better security on this property than me. Because if I even hear anything fart in the front yard, I'm out the door. So I'm just, you know, when people pull in the yard to back up and turn around, I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you on the house? Why are you on the property? Go away. So I don't know. It's just one of those things. I get very protective of what's mine, right? I mean, technically it ain't mine, it's Dad's, but still belongs to the family. So now I'd go off on somebody trying to steal any packages. And the other day, was it Monday or Tuesday, I got up a little bit later than normal, and the mail had already come, and our mailbox was sitting there like this. And I get up and I, you know, go to open the blinds so I can, you know, get some light in here. Go to let the dog out and realize the mailbox is wide the fuck open. And I'm like, oh shit. So I grab my phone and I run out there, and I look, and there's like package, and they were like all in a row stacked in the mailbox. So I had to retrieve all of them. It was stuff for Dad, but yeah, it worries me because we live in the country, that if somebody's gonna be ballsy enough, they're gonna pick up our packages at the mailbox first. And even though the mailbox would have closed, which it did, I did check to see if it closed, the wind probably caught it and blowed it back open. Sorry, I was reading the iPad because the messages on the live stream are like oh, I have a voiceover for a video that I need to get done, and I finished editing it last night, but I wasn't really feeling that great yesterday because of sinus stuff, and my voice wasn't there. So I didn't do the voiceover for it last night. I'm debating on whether or not I want to do it today. And I'm really kind of at the point where I want to just go put my pajamas back on. I really do. I mean, I'll leave my makeup on. I don't have any problem doing that. I didn't do concealer or anything. And my blush and highlight, I think, came off on my helmet. So it is what it is. But I have this new fluffy, like, fleece fabric, but I need to get a half pattern. I need to draw on my dad and with some paper when he gets home, so I can measure him out, because he's about the same size as me, but like I'm longer. I can get away with wearing his clothes for the most part. I mean, he's a little bigger than me, and of course, you know, he's a guy versus me, which is a little bit thinner. But I plan on just taking a piece of paper and a Sharpie and drawing all over my dad's back to get measurements, because I'm going to make like poncho type, structured poncho type fleece jackets for him and I. What a bunch of Shut up, Tiger! Shut up! My brother's cat is howling at the end of the house. Oh! Nice switcheroo, Amanda. I bet they were expecting something totally different. That would be funny. See, I had the prescription strength Aleve that were the 500 milligram tabs, and they look like the Vicodin tablets. So, Tylenol addicts. That's funny, Casey. Hey, there are people that are addicted to Tylenol, and do you know that if you consume, 6 or 8 Tylenol a day, it can kill your liver? I'm like, no thank you. And ibuprofen can kill the lining of your stomach, so. NSAIDs have all kinds of nasty side effects. Which, an NSAID means non-steroidal anti-inflammatory. So. Right? They probably were looking for a high, and they probably ended up having all kinds of lovely cramps and puking themselves to death. And the toxicity for Tylenol is not fun, and once you've damaged your liver from Tylenol poisoning, you're done. Like, you need a new liver. It's like with alcohol, when you have alcohol poisoning and it slowly kills your liver can come back from alcohol, but your liver can't come back from Tylenol. And people don't realize that, and they pop that stuff like it's candy, and they don't realize how damaging that medication can really be if used improperly. I mean, I don't wish anybody, like, well, I don't completely wish anybody ill, but when people do really stupid shit, it really makes you go, yeah, I hope you get X, Y, and Z. You're gonna be dumb? Fine. Yeah. Well, I mean, even in prescription strength Tylenol, like, you know how you have Vicodin and then you got Vicoprofen and then you've got the other one that's got Tylenol in it? They can only give you like 800 milligrams maximum of Tylenol mixed with codeine before you reach your limit a day. So the pills that you take that are the codeine mixed with Tylenol, there's like a cutoff. At least with like Vicoprofen, you can get them in 500, 750s, 1000s, 1500 milligrams of ibuprofen mixed with codeine and still be okay. But with Tylenol, there's like, they're like, they are very strict with how much you get of that stuff because of just how serious it is if you take too much. Yeah, people don't realize that. They're like, oh, well, I took a couple of Tylenol, and I'm like, okay, well, most Tylenol pills are 500 milligrams, so you take 2, that's 1,000. They're like, well, it didn't really work, so I waited an hour and it still didn't work, so I took 2 more. Okay, so now you're at 2,000 milligrams. You're like, so you're already 4 pills down. You're only allowed 8 maximum a day, I think. Let me look it up just to be safe. Oh, it's 6 pills, not 8. Maximum strength was 8 pills in a day, which is 4,000 milligrams, or which is now set for regulation. It says 6 pills per day or 3,000 milligrams. So they did change it. It used to be 8, now it's 6. So I wasn't wrong. But yeah, people don't realize just how dangerous that stuff can be. Well, my doctor realized that I wasn't having any, and I mean zero relief on like Tylenol or ibuprofen or, a combination of medications mixed with one or the other. So they started giving me straight Aleve. Like my prescription for Aleve is like 500 milligrams. And one, just for an example, one of these, which you buy over the counter, is 220 milligrams. So my prescription was the equivalent of 2.25 of one of these. So when I sit here and I take like 4, because I was taking 1,000 milligrams a day. So you figure 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, these are 220. You've got 880 milligrams of Aleve in my hand. This is still not what I was taking prescription-wise. So people always worry that I'm taking too much Aleve when I know my prescription was literally 1 pill more than this. So I don't worry about that. But I also know my body better than most people, and I know my body better than most people know their own bodies. So I know what I can tolerate and what I can't tolerate. And pain medication for me, even when I was younger, I've always been very tolerant to pain medication. So it's never really worked the same on me like it does for everybody else. Well, I'm glad, Casey. I mean, I am basically a walking encyclopedia. I like to learn things. I like to learn new things. And I get excited when I learn new things because I just want to go tell everybody. I'm like, oh, you're never going to touch it. And my dad's like, would you just shut up? I'm like, did you know that? And he's like, no. I was like, but isn't it cool? He's like, shut up. So at least I have somewhere I can share it. And since I have you guys here, because I know the Raw Beauty Chrissy video went up yesterday, and I'm actually wearing that palette right now on my eyes. Tomorrow's video, the 5th. Okay, tomorrow. Wait, do I have 2 scheduled for tomorrow? Did I do that again? No. Okay, so tomorrow is painting with me, Earth Sign, and then I'll live stream like the next day. And then on the 7th, it is 6 looks, 6 palettes for fall palettes. It's part 2. I have homemade bread uploaded, a necklace making video uploaded, and part 3 of the 6 looks, 6 palettes up, but not scheduled. And then the voiceover for the 4 looks, 1 palette for the Raw Beauty Chrissy palette is edited. I just have to do the voiceover for it. And then I just finished the last 2 looks today of the palette plus the Super Shock. So those will be 2 separate videos. I didn't do like 4 looks with that. I didn't have time to do it that way. Plus I knew I had to go somewhere today, and it was just easier to do 2 looks yesterday. No, 2 days ago, and then 2 looks today. Yeah, it sucks, Amanda, that you can't take them because Aleve is so effective over some of the other medications. I know my friend Adriana can't take NSAIDs at all. Like, she ends up getting these like massive like bruise spots on her body from she had gone to the ER once, and the lady like blew out her vein drawing her blood to do blood work, and they gave her something while she was there. They didn't tell her it was an NSAID, even though they've got her medical chart that says no NSAIDs, period. They gave her something, and she's laying at home, and she sent me a picture of her abdomen. I kid you not, it was this big around, and it was awful looking. It was raised and swollen and pissed off and purple and black and green and yellow and blue and all those ugly bruised colors where her body just pools blood due to a reaction to the NSAIDs. And how the hospital didn't read her chart well enough to know that she couldn't take that kind of stuff, I don't know. Casey, do you remember the Real Talk with Rebecca that I did on seizures a while back? I know you commented on it. Yeah, Casey's actually a dude from Germany. But Casey, if you remember the Real Talk with Rebecca series that I did on seizures, Amanda's the one I did part 1 on. This is the person I did part 1 on. She's a friend of mine. She lives in the Carolinas, and she's the one that has that rare blood clot condition that I talked about in that video. Let me see if I can find it. And I'll share the link. Actually, I was, discussing strokes, my bad. Not seizures. I need to do a video on seizures. Okay. This is the video where I talk about Amanda's health conditions, the blood clots that she's had, the strokes that she's having, the signs, the symptoms. I talk about the medical condition that she has, which causes basically her blood to congeal, that causes issues with her clotting. She has an extra protein in her blood that causes her blood to make extra proteins, and they like to bump along the walls of things and stick to things, and then those things that get stuck to the lining of her blood vessels and arteries and stuff like that, they build up, and then after they build up so much, they like break off and go bumping around in other things, which causes all kinds of issues. But yeah, she's the one I was discussing in that video. Thank you. Well, again, if you need blood, remember, I'm the sludge-free version of you. There's a bug walking across my damn keyboard. Bastard, you got some freaking balls walking across my damn keyboard with me sitting right here, motherfucker. I typed a bunch of weird letters, too. Oh, my back is hurting really bad. So yeah, if you remember that, that's who she is. So that's my friend Amanda. And of course I got her permission, and I had her read over the information that I had before I recorded the video. But yeah, I need to do like a real talk on seizures. I know I've had people ask about seizures, especially my seizure condition, which is an abnormal version of a seizure disorder. I know I was talking with Shay from That Girl Shay XO on Twitter not that long ago about seizures, and she was surprised that I have seizures very similar to hers. She asked how I control it and that kind of stuff, so I probably ought to do a video on seizures. I know I've talked about my heart attack and my stroke on here before. I've had people ask me about that. No, you're fine, Sylvia. I know it's late there. But there's other things that I've had people ask me, like I need to do a more in-depth video on fibromyalgia, what it is, what triggers it, what causes it, how I got it, how I found out I got it, what kind of treatment procedures and methods are there for the condition, what it causes, the fact that it mimics other diseases. I need to do like a more in-depth video on that. I've had people ask me to do videos on like the migraines that I get, what causes them, how I treat them, what I do, because headaches are different than migraines, and migraines can like linger off and on for days, and my migraines aren't like atypical migraines, so I get them like randomly. Usually they're caused by some sort of allergy attack, and they come and I'll have like a really bad day, and then I'll have like 3 or 4 hours where I'm functional, and then like the next day I wake up and I don't have any signs or symptoms of the migraine, like it's just vanished. And then like I'll be up for half a day, and then like boom, it hits me, and I'm like, oh god. And then some of the symptoms that I deal with while I'm having a migraine vary from migraine to migraine depending on what caused it. So I know Michelle from Mascara to Midnight, she talks about her migraine conditions, and her migraines are even different, more different than mine. Yeah, Amanda's had a lot of health problems. Like Casey's in Germany, Sylvia's in Portugal. Y'all should be in the same time zone or close to it. Yeah, Amanda actually sent me her MRI results today and had me look at them. Yeah, you guys aren't too far away with you being in South Germany. South. I wonder how far away. You are 22 hours and 4 minutes from each other. 2,312 miles or kilometers, which is basically the distance between here and New York. So, that's how far away you guys are from each other. So I'm just watching for chat. See if anything else pops up. Thought I heard somebody pulling the yard. I was about to go off on them. Get out my yard! Don't walk on my grass! Ain't no grass in the front yard. It's mainly leaves. Yeah, Amanda's been through a lot of the same or similar health problems to me. She's also the same blood type as me. So, there's that. But my blood is sludge free. She's got sludge blood, and I don't have sludge blood. So, no, I wouldn't recommend that. Stay the hell home until this COVID stuff goes away, man. This stuff is scary. I'm like freaked out about if Dad catches it and brings it home to me, because I very rarely, if ever, go anywhere. But, you know, that's just me. Now, I guess I could ask you guys a question since you're all here. I know I have lots of like packages coming in. Do you want, like, on the days that I live stream in between like a regular video, do you want me to like wait until that day to do like a live stream unboxing? Or do you want me to like just do the video unboxing and first impressions like I normally would? Or do you want me to like save all the boxes up and then just do one really big unboxing? I figured I'd ask you guys, since you are the audience, as to what you want, because I have a bunch of stuff coming. Like I said, I have new pots and pans coming that Dad ordered. I mean, technically I ordered them, he paid for them, but you know, I'm just decided I'm getting new pots and pans. You know, you're an adult when you get excited about kitchen stuff, okay? Something just sneezed at the end of the house. Yeah. Well, and I asked on my community tab the other day, and I asked while I was live about whether or not, because a lot of people are doing like Vlogmas and stuff. I'm not gonna do Vlogmas. I've already started my holiday looks, um, but the past couple of days my allergies have been so bad that I haven't been able to film anything else. So this is the first time since like Monday that I've been able to do an eye look, because I sneeze and my eyes water and they itch, and then I forget I have makeup on and I go like this and I got makeup smeared everywhere, so it's bad. Um, but I know I asked if people wanted me to like live stream on the days in between me posting videos, which I don't have a problem doing as long as I feel human enough um, to do that. Then I have no problem going live, and I don't have like a set time to go live versus like what some people would do. Um, so I'm just kind of going live randomly. But I don't know. I think as things come in, I would like to unbox them as they come in, and then that way I can go later that day or the next day and record with them after I've unboxed them, then saving them all up at once. But that's just me. That's just me going, okay, if I unbox it on a live stream, then that means after that video, I can touch it and I can play with it and I can use it and I can smear it all over my face. Somebody bought something from me on Depop, and they're saying that I know I checked the orders before I shipped them. She's saying that the item arrived, and then when she was trying to use it, the item broke in half. And it's body jewelry, so it happens. She's like, I don't know what to do. I was like, I'll just send you the other two blue ones that you wanted in the mail tomorrow. I'll just put it out in the mail tomorrow. No big deal. I see you, Amanda. Oh, those are really pretty. See, all right. Amanda just sent me a message on what she's getting. All right, fine. You want to send pots and pan pictures? Okay, I got you. Let me get logged into my account, and I will go away. I'll just share my screen and show you what I'm getting. What? Oh. Password don't match. Try that. No? Okay. How about this one? That work? Nope. Well, fine. Fuck you. I'll just use Firefox. You don't want to work for me on there? I'll log in over here. At least I know this one works. It kept saying my password was wrong. I'm like, no, it's not. It might be. I have one of those programs that keeps my passwords secure. So it usually autofills my passwords for me. Oh God, his cat is still freaking howling. All right, I'm pulling all the fun stuff out. Yeah, I saw it, Amanda. Okay, let me blow my nose really quick, and then I'll screen share and show you the pots and pans I got coming, because they're pretty. Shut up, tiger! ran in the bathroom to wash my hands real quick. I'm weird about my hands feeling dirty. And then while I was in there, I threw on some lip gloss because my lips were feeling dry. Yeah, my dad, I was the day of Thanksgiving for like the rest of the country. I had pulled up 2 websites with eyeshadow palettes that looked almost identical, and I was like trying to compare and contrast. I mean, one of them, even without being on sale, was like half the price of the other one. And my dad comes in, and it's like 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. I'd already edited like 2 videos that day. I'd been up since like 4. And he's like, "Oh, I like that one better." And I turn around and I look, and I'm like, "Huh?" He goes, "I like that one better." I was like, "Why do you like that one better?" He goes, "It's got more purple, and purple looks good on you." I'm like, "Okay." I said, "Well, I wish I could buy it, but if I buy it, that would leave me with no money left. And I'd like to keep X amount of money in my bank as like a buffer." And he says, "Oh, okay." He's like, "Well, how much is it?" And I told him, I said, "This one here is this price, and this one here is this price." He goes, "Yeah, I like that one better more than I did before because, it's like half the price." So he goes out and he makes his coffee and does cat boxes and then comes back in and he throws his debit card at me. And I'm like, "I already have this number. What are you giving me it for?" He's like, "Get the palette." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "But it also has this that I want too, as like it's a bundle and it's this price." He goes, "Okay, you can spend up to $100, get what you want." And then I went through my wish list on the website, and almost everything I wanted that was on my wish list was out of stock. I'm like, "Oh, son of a..." So I ended up picking up a couple of things that were close to items that were on my wish list so that I got something that I like. It's products in their line that I haven't tried yet, but I wanted to try them. So I got some other products to try, and I'm like fingers crossed hoping that I like them because I like other products similar to it. Okay, let me downsize myself and then turn my display back on. Hello? Okay. This is the pots and pans that I got. Isn't that pretty? It's a Gotham steel cookware and bake set with non-stick durable ceramic copper coating. Includes skillet, stock pots, deep square fry basket, cookie sheets, and baking pans. 20 piece, and it's in turquoise. Look at how pretty that is. That's a really pretty color combo. And Dad was looking at it on eBay for $199. And I was like, "What's that called?" And I pulled up Walmart, and I found it on Walmart for $50 cheaper. And you could get it in turquoise versus just the plain, copper. Because this was the color that he was looking at. And it's just, plain looking. But then I was like, I looked at the red, and the red was like, it's not really like red. It's kind of like an orangey red, and with the copper, it just didn't look right. But he likes blue, so I was like, "Oh, those are pretty, right?" And then I ended up getting extra baking trays because I like to cook. And then we picked these up. He brought home one of these like tumblers the other day. He was at a job site and he dug it up out of the ground. He brought home a perfectly good brand new glass. So it's actually sitting on his desk right now. He washed the dirt and stuff out of it. We got a brand new glass. And a lot of the glassware that we have is from like when my parents were, when we were younger, when they were still married, and they were Corelle glasses. And if anybody's ever owned Corelle dishes, you know how tough those suckers are. They last forever. You can throw them at people and they're okay. You can drop them on the floor and they don't shatter as easily as some other like glass plates do, but their glassware is super thin. I was washing out the inside of a glass one day, had a sponge and then my hand and soap and water and whatnot, and I was doing this inside of a glass, and I went like this and went to pull my hand out, and the glass caught on my widest part of my hand up towards the top where the mouth of the glass is, and it cracked all the way freaking down the side. I'm like, and I didn't want to slice my hand all up. That's what I was kind of thinking. These are like really tough looking glasses. It's 18 pieces and they come in 3 different sizes. So I'm like, so you have your alcohol glass, your water glass, and your soda glass. And Dad said, no, that's not how that works. You have your alcohol glass, your water glass, and your soda glass. I'm like, if somebody's drinking that much alcohol, that's like a 20-ounce glass. He goes, and? I'm like, that's a hell of a lot of alcohol. I think it tells you, I guess it doesn't. I thought it did. Anyways, they had some really good reviews on it, so I bought it. And then this is the Blu-ray, which is in the box over there. This arrived today. So that'll be here. The other package will be here on the 11th. This one will be here on the 15th. And that should be like, yeah, the filter. We've got filters for the vacuum cleaner coming. So, yeah. But yeah, I thought this was really pretty. I couldn't resist it. And again, it was $50 cheaper than what he was looking at on the Walmart website. Or on the eBay. And like, don't buy it off eBay. I can get cash back from Rakuten on Ebates. I used the coupon code from Honey. As you can see, there's a Honey logo here. Look, it even tells you like the price drop when you mouse over it. That's kind of nice. I like that. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I get new dishes. Yay. You know you're an adult when. Right? I was like 20 pieces, $149, because I know I think the set I have that my mom bought me when I was 18 is from Black & Decker, and it was about $200 when she bought it for me 22 years ago. So I think it's time to replace my pots and pans. Now, I have some Faberware like skillets. I've never really cooked on cast iron, and I don't know how that would do on our stovetop because we have one of those glass top cookers. I don't know how that would work, but I also like copper bottom pans. My mom could burn freaking water in a copper bottom pan. I liked working with them. But I wouldn't mind getting like a copper skillet. The big wok that my grandmother had that I inherited when I turned of age, we still have that, and that sucker's like tough. But, you know, again, it's like people don't realize this about me, but I have been through hell and back in my life, and it's always the small things in life I pay attention to. You know how they have those like Chicken Soup for the Soul books that were really big in the 2000s about not sweating the small stuff? And then at the bottom it says it's all small stuff. I sweat the small stuff because it's the little things that really mean the most to me. It's the somebody just sharing my makeup post on social media, or sending me a message just randomly and going, "Hi, hope you're okay, miss you." You know, that kind of thing. It's the little things that people do that makes my day. Like when I have ooh shiny moments, there's a reason I have ooh shiny moments, because again, the smallest thing makes me happy. And you know, you can't go through life thinking about, well, I've been abused, I've been beaten, I've been to jail, I've had health problems. I can't stop and think about all that crap because I've already lived that. That's in the past. I can't sit and dwell on those things because, number one, I don't want them to affect who I am today. Oh, ow. My head just went twang. but I also don't want to, like, if you overthink things from the past, I find not only does it change your perspective on the current situation, and usually not for the better, but it also kind of brings your mood down. And I have enough problems with depression and anxiety. I don't need any more. I have to force myself to get up and do things on the regular. And people don't understand that don't have, like, they haven't had any type of, like, abuse history. Okay, thanks, Amanda. Yeah, I didn't know if it will work on that or not. But, like, some days it is really hard for me when I wake up. Well, I can breathe out that side of my nose again. Okay, sorry, I lost vision in my right eye. No, I have a headache that's been brewing since I woke up. So no, I'm not okay. um, it's like really bad, and I'm actually running a fever right now because it's so bad. It is what it is. It's life. Um, but there are days when I wake up and I hurt so bad I don't want to get out of bed. But I also know that staying in bed can make things worse. And I know what that does to my mentality if I do that. I can't let my health stop me from doing what I want to get done. No, I know, Amanda. You know what I'm gonna blame it on? My bra. That's what's doing it. My bra. I'm home and I haven't taken it off yet. We're just gonna blame it on the bra. Yeah, no, it's my sinuses are causing pressure in my head. So yeah, I lost vision in my right eye like twice. But if you ever have problems with your sinuses, there are pressure points you need to know, and applying the right amount of pressure is key. You've got one here. You've got, of course, your temple. You've got one right here at the base of your nose, and you've got one right here. So putting pressure on those points, if you noticed I had 3 on one and 1 on the other because I ran out of fingers, to try and manipulate. There are pressure points that you can hit on certain spots of your face. Like the one under here, don't mess with if you have sinuses. And you can feel it. Like right now, mine's a little puffy. But if you feel along the side of your nose, there's like a little hollow spot. Find that hollow spot, and that's where you want to apply pressure. And use your weakest finger, which technically is your ring finger. But because I needed the width, I used my pinky. You also have one right here at the top of your, this is your, one of your nasal features up here. You can also hit the one here. So if you hit this one and hit the one, I gotta find it, right here, you can find there's like an indent. If you feel around, you can find it. You've also got one back here behind your ear. So if you feel from your ear and you follow it back, you'll find it. Like right here, it's like a soft spot in your neck, and you hit it when you, like right now mine hurts really bad. If you're having like sinus problems, you can hit that and then hit the one here at the base of your ear, and it helps pull pain. But yeah, my head went twang bad. Stupid. Yeah. Here, I'll fix that problem. I'll probably get demonetized on YouTube for it. Okay, I've unhooked it. Does that help? But yeah, even when I'm not feeling the greatest, I still get up, edit, record. Gosh darn. I probably just need more coffee. I didn't have coffee until this afternoon. Right before I went live, I made a cup of coffee, and it's almost gone. I mean, maybe I just need more coffee. Is that what it is? My nope has run out? Oh, no. I know what it is. I need a refill on my nope. My nope is running low. But yeah, in the salon, when I had people come in for like the lymphatic drainage system that was done on the machine for microdermabrasion, they talk about how in the classes that I took for it, which was like $1,800 back in the day, microdermabrasion classes were even more expensive. They talk about where certain spots are on the muscles underneath the facial structure where you have drainage points for lymphatic drainage, and those pressure points that I was talking about are part of that system. So people that use those gua shas to like Brit, what's her name? Brit. Let me pull up Instagram again. I'll pull up her account. Maybe it's Brie. She does skincare content on Instagram. Let me see if I can find her really quick. She does really neat things with her gua sha that a lot of people don't really talk about. And she's got a lot of really good information, and a lot of the things that she teaches on her YouTube, on her Instagram, are also really good for, like, she just did one the other day for lymphatic drainage. She does things for like getting rid of the like your smile lines or reducing your smile lines. Who the heck is she? I don't follow a whole lot of people. I hate not being able to. Here it is. So I will link her in the chat. Oh, you guys can't even see. Can't even see what I'm doing. I forgot I turned that back off. Here's her page. But she did a video the other day. There's the working with smile lines. But she also did one for lymphatic drainage. So she does all kinds of like interesting things with the gua sha to help alleviate different things depending on what you're needing. Casey, I have to be. I'm the only one that gets a lot of the stuff done around this house, and I kind of have to be. I have to be up. I have to do things. I have to be tough about things. Because if not, it doesn't get done. Nobody else films, edits, and uploads for my YouTube channel. My dad doesn't even know where to begin to even think about trying to help with that. And even if he did offer to help, very rarely, if ever, would I expect him to even offer. So it's one of those things that I don't expect it of him, and he's not going to offer unless, even if I ask, he'll probably just tell me no. Or he's not interested, or he doesn't care. So it is what it is. I know I probably need to push the vacuum around the house because there's at least a hairball or 3 of mine behind my chair that I need to vacuum. But with the way my head's feeling right now, I want to just go wash my makeup off and put my pajamas on and get another cup of nope. So that's where I'm at right now mentally. But yeah, that Brita person is she's amazing when it comes to like certain skincare techniques and stuff like that. Oh, you can see, if you look how yellow I'm getting here, you can tell how much pain I'm in due to the color of my skin. Like if you look, I'm like really green in here, and I'm really yellow in here, that's a really good, look at how green here and here. And I don't have bronzer on or nothing. See how green my skin looks compared to like my neck? You can always tell how bad I'm feeling by what color my face is, whether it's yellow or green or normal for itself. But yeah, my skin's a really good tell of how bad I'm feeling. I probably ought to end it. Oh gosh, I've been live for 3 hours. Holy crap. What'd you guys get me into? But I've covered a lot of topics. I covered an unboxing, another unboxing, an unbagging, which was the Joanne stuff. I answered Michelle's questions, Sylvia's questions, Nadine's questions, and Amanda's questions. And then I looked at Amanda's medical documents and looked over and asked questions on procedures and what they were thinking. So we did that. We talked about a potential haul that's coming in and showed pictures of those. I mean, we've talked about a whole bunch of stuff. We talked about other health problems. Gosh darn. Yeah, every time my head twangs, my nose opens back up. So I know it's sinuses. I probably just need to take a Benadryl or 10. But, alright, I will go. Those of you that have me on Facebook know you can reach me on Facebook. The rest of you guys, most of you have me on Instagram. So, I'm reachable. Tomorrow, like I said, is a painting with Rebecca. I still have 5 more of those videos to edit. I haven't even edited them yet. Okay, yes, Mom. Wait a minute. I can't call you Mom. I'm older. Damn it. Okay, I will go and get more Nope and get my pajamas on. And wash off my Raw Beauty Christie eye look, which I really like both of these eye looks today. I don't even know if you guys can see them. Probably not. Here. Let's make my head hurt worse. If I keep my eyes closed long enough, maybe I won't see how bright that shit is. Okay, that should work. Okay. I will end the stream, I guess, since y'all are telling me to go. I took 4 leave at the beginning of the live stream, so I'm surprised it hasn't kicked in any faster. Or maybe it's kicked in, it's just my head hurts so bad that it's just going nope. Like my coffee. Okay, I will go. I will see you all later. Thank you all for coming to my live. Tomorrow's a recorded video, and then it's Saturday. Sunday will be a live. Oh no, Casey, I'm sure there are people out there on YouTube tougher than me. I've lived with pain so long that I'm kind of used to it, and I'm used to fighting through and around and with pain. I can tolerate quite a bit, but that's what you get when you have a chronic pain condition that you live with daily. So, alright, I'm gonna let you guys go. I probably ought to go take my temperature, see where it's at, because I know it's above normal right now. And my forehead has a nice pulse going on, so I will see you guys later. Bye. Have a good day or night wherever you are. Oh wow, the flashlight thing didn't do too good. Can't really see it. Anyways, alright, I will see you guys later. Thank you for coming. And I will see you Sunday for a live stream whenever I have time.